Alright, we're combining functions here, and on your homework it will show it. It'll just say perform the indicated operation. And down here we have this. We know f of x is this one, g of x is this one. Now right here this is f of g of x. Now this is different. This open circle here is not multiplication. Okay, so, and it looks just like it, but multiplication is just our dot. Sometimes you will see these written. It will be, instead of saying find f o g, it'll say find f of g of x. Whoops. Of x. Either way is okay. They both mean the same thing. And I like this one, makes a little bit more sense to me, only because what we have to do is find our g of x and then plug that in for our f of x. But either way, these two mean the exact same thing. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use this one only for illustration purposes. I'm going to take this one and I'm going to rewrite it right up here. So I'm going to go f of g of x. Okay. Now we know what g of x is. G of x is this 4x minus 5. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to plug this in right here for my g of x. Okay. So I've got f of, and I know my g of x. In fact, I'll do that in blue. 4x minus 5. So that way you can kind of see where I got that. Okay. Now what we're going to do, and this is where it gets a little bit tricky, we're going to take this part here and plug this in for x right here. If we were going to use a different problem, let's say, and I'm going to go a little bit, going to get away from this problem. If I had f of x equaled x plus 2, okay? And then I said, okay, we want to find f of 3. Well, this 3 right here, all I'm really going to do is plug that in for x. So whatever's inside of this parenthesis is what I plug in for x. I would plug that in, and that would just be simply 3 plus 2. Okay, well, we're going to use that same concept, except we're going to use it on this one here. It's a little bit more complicated. We've got a 4x minus 5. So I'm going to plug this 4x minus 5 in for this x right here. Okay, so I'll go f of x. Why don't I take my, there we go, f of x is equal to 4, we'll do that in green, 4 times 4x minus 5 minus, whoops, minus 4. Okay, so let's look at that for a moment. So I have my original problem here, 4x minus 4. The only difference is, instead of writing x, I'm going to write this 4x minus 5, because that's what my g of x is. So basically I'm just plugging g of x in for my x. Okay, now I'm going to actually distribute this one. So we've got f of x is equal to 4 times 4x gives me 16x. 4 times negative 5 gives me negative 20 minus 4. I combine like terms here. So f of x is equal to 16x minus 24. And so all of my f of g of x is equal to, my answer would be 16x minus 24. And this one here is my total answer for that one.